Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you all are doing great. Today we are going to discuss about the demand management, and it is a part of ITBM and very important and very large topic. I will try to complete it in a very short frame, so without wasting much time, let us start the session. So first of all, moving ahead in demand management, I would like to discuss why demand management is so important in ITBM. Nowadays, companies and organizations are at a better position, so they want to work on accurate forecast rather than taking a direct risk. So and also they want a platform to meet the customer demand with solid demand management strategy at a single place. That's why the demand management comes into the picture. Okay, so what are the plugins we require? First of all, that we is going to see. So open the plugin from here, then just search here the plugin names is this one, PMO dashboard. Okay, so actually I have already installed. You need to install two plugins. One is Idea Manager Dashboard and another is Performance Analytic Content Pack PPM Standard. Okay, so this is, I will provide these two plugins in the description part. Okay, okay. Now okay, this one and this one, these two plugins we require. Then coming to the roles, which is very important in the demand management. So demand management have, I'm showing here the roles. Demand, okay. So here you can see the five roles, correct? But what are important roles is IT demand user, IT demand manager, and then demand approver. Okay, these two roles, like here you can see, do not use referee demand manager or team specific role. So we are not going to use these two roles. Okay, and filter out it. Okay, so here are those three roles which are important for the demand management things. Okay, create each user with the role, with each role, like create a demand approver with this role particularly, and then demand manager with this role, and demand user with this. Create these three users for understanding the better about this role. What are the view available for this role, what are the application and the things available for a particular user. You can create and test by yourself. Okay, I have already created these things, so let me just open those users first. Okay, demand user, demand manager. Let me just I have wrongly given the demand IT demand manager role is correct. I want to change the demand user role because I have given the demand user role directly. Okay, not demand user. I need IT demand user role. Okay. Now we are going to impersonate with demand user. or you can impersonate with self-service as well to create the demand. Let me just impersonate with demand user role. Before moving to the demand, what are the things before demand comes and what are the things which comes after the demand? I'm just giving a small intro about that. Like before creating demand, one idea comes into the picture. Once the idea has been submitted from the idea portal, then demand is going to be created. I mean, I'm just giving one process flow of demand here. So in demand process flow, what is that? Like once any user, like either it is self-service user or demand user or demand manager or anyone, is going to submit any idea through idea portal, then idea goes for acceptance. Once the idea has been accepted, then a demand will be created. Okay, once the demand can be created from the idea, or it can directly created on in the demand management application by the demand manager or demand user. Okay, and then demand move for the enhancement, and once the enhancement take place, like the stakeholder risk recon will going to see these things, how demand manager enhance the demand. And then demand move for the demand accessed, like relevant people will start screening, and then it will move for the assessment things. Okay, when the assessment has been completed, like qualified, then it will move for the approval. Once it has been approved, then it will either create, I mean, you can either create the project and complete it, or you can leave it for completing the once the project will complete it, then the demand will get automatically closed. Okay, so and there are two types of demand, one is strategic and another is operational. Okay, so a strategic means it can be enhancement or project, epic or story, anything. And operational, it can be like a change or defect. Okay, so I mean, now moving ahead, like who are the users of the demand management? So users, I mean, whoever is going to submit their demand from self-service portal or catalog. Okay, self-service portal through catalog. Okay, so those are the users. And then demand manager have, I mean, they have the access of ideas, promote, I mean, demand manager can access the ideas, promote the ideas, or enhance, access, create demand, create project from the demand. Okay, so these are the things demand manager is going to do. Then demand management state. Okay, what are the state? So we will see in the next few minutes, in next few minutes. Okay, like but I'm just giving a small overview. Like first of all, demand will be in draft state once submitted, so it will go for the submitted state, then screening where the perform assessment things, then qualified when all assessment completed, and then approve and then complete. Okay, and apart from these basic state, there are some situational based states, that is deferred and incomplete, or you can like move it to again draft state. So these are the things in the, so now we are going to create one demand, create demand. So here is demand module. See here, only create new, all view RIDAC are available. No roadmap and workbench are available for the demand user. Okay, now click on create new. Okay, give a name, IT application. Okay, then category you can select it, as I told you, it can be strategical or operational. So as it is, we can create a strategic. Then project type, project or no conversion. You want to create project or no conversion, so I am just giving project. Then approve a start date, from which date it is going to be start the approval. You can mention or you can leave it. Description you can mention or leave it. As of now I'm just giving test and details. Here you can select the portfolio. Which are the portfolio. Portfolio is a collection of demand basically, okay, where stakeholders are there, okay. So based on those stakeholders, it will be attached to the this demand, okay. Then based on that portfolio, the program will select will be available here. Investment class, like run or change, these things you can, based on your requirement, you can fulfill. Then investment type, it is cost reduction and user experience, so you can select anything, okay. Then demand manager, so who have the demand manager role, only be available for the demand manager here. So I have only one user with demand manager roles, I've selected project. Okay, so here priority you can give department basic units like IT, which are the department and business unit, so you can select. Then moving to the business case. So business case, you can give the detail of the business. What is this demand and why we need, what are the cases, so you can mention over here. If we are doing this demand, so there is any risk associated with this demand, you can mention here. Risk of not performing, if we are not performing this demand, so whether there is another risk, so we can mention here. Enablers, barriers, in scope, out of scope, assumption, you can mention those things as well here. And you can submit this demand by the self-service role, and as a demand user or demand manager, so try to submit by these three roles, so that you can able to see some of the things are not available for the self-service here. And okay, so these are the things. Now here save and submit. So on save means this form will be saved and state is not going to move to submit it. But if you are doing the submit option, then it will move directly to the submitted state. So as of now I'm just saving this form. So once you have saved this form, so see the submit demand is available here. And here if you want to add anything which you have forgot, okay. Then a business case, then financial. Here in financial, the capital expense, then operating expense. So if you feel if you know the capital expense, you can mention over here, or you can leave for the manager who can they can fill, or someone else can fill these things, okay. Now suppose I'm giving this data here, okay. Now see, the sum of these two will be populate in the total plan cost and financial return. Now if you fill the financial benefits here, then the sum of these two minus these data will be available here, okay. And uh, if you fill the discount rate, so based on that, I mean, those things you can mention here. Let me show you. Okay, just let me do this changes here. Now you can see 20 and 20 something is here, okay. Now if you put the profit financial benefit, like 10 I'm putting here, like it is, I think one more zero, okay. Now just save this form, so it will be get minus from the financial return get minus, okay. So previously it was the sum of these two, now it is minus this data, okay. So this is ROI is minus 50, okay. And here are some what it is, demand, task, stakeholder, requirement, risk, issue, decision, those things are here. Now okay, now what we can, okay, just mention here. Okay, just submit this demand first. Once it has been submitted, so now you can see these are the things in the read only mode. Okay, we cannot edit. This is not editable now for this user. Okay, once you will impersonate with manager, so will be editable. Okay, now detail we have filled all the things is in. Now this is state. Okay, assessment data here, impact is 3, low risk is 5, value is 5, t-shirt size is small, large you can select from here. Okay, then I mean t-shirt size means the complexity. Okay, then score you can mention, assessment required, if you check then assessment will be required. Okay, then okay, moving ahead now, as it is not editable. Okay, from here, like you can create the demand task. Stakeholder is like I mean just saying okay, so a stakeholder can be either fetched from the portfolio, and it can either be created or it can either be added. Okay, okay, then okay, so first of all, like who's the stakeholder. Okay, so stakeholder, first of all I want to know, like I want to tell you, like a stakeholder, it is a user affected by the demand or who is associated with the demand or portfolio. Okay, so those users who is going to be affected by these things. Okay, as of now, okay, as a user we cannot even create here. Okay, so, requirement and risk, we cannot do anything. These are the things which can be done by the project manager. So, let's just impersonate with the demand manager. Now, once impersonate with the demand manager, so under the demand, now under the demand you can able to see roadmap, workbench. So those are the things which are some external, like I mean some more features assigned to the demand manager. Now let's just open all the demand record we have just submitted. Okay, no, this one not. Okay, so this one demand has been in the submitted state. Open this demand. Now you can able to see the business case is it should be editable. Let's just see. I think it's loading. Okay, see, now it is editable, they can edit. Okay, now also they can create the demand task, add the stakeholder, requirement, risk and other things. Okay, so we have check like demand task we can create here, then stakeholder we can either, it will either populate by the portfolio we have selected here. If we select some portfolio and that have some stakeholder, so that will be auto populate here. Okay, then requirement, risk, see here the assessment instance and assessment result are empty as of now. Okay, um, on the basis of assessment data, here is the assessment data. The risk we can mention here, t-shirt size is small, we can mention medium, large or the complexity basically. And then just for save this form. Once we save this form, so let's see whether the assessment result has been auto-populate or not. Okay, see, as of now it has been not updated. So let's just move to the screening. In the screening, okay, in the screening, based on your assessment data, impact, risk, value, t-shirt size, so those things has been updated here. ROI, cost, and all the things has been populated. Okay, in the screening, in after submitted the data here, the it has been auto populate. Now there will be two more result will auto populate, that is based on our assessment. Okay, here is one assessment, and I'm just giving one stakeholder, or okay, let's just see with the demand assessment. Okay, now here it is ready to take the assessment. Now click over here. Okay, you can select in between 0 to 10. Okay, the risk range based on this. Okay, just submit it. Once the assessment has been completed, so it will move to the next step, and result will going to change. We will see. Okay, demand is in now in the qualified state. It was in screening, then qualify, because we have submitted the assessment. And based on that assessment, the two data, the strategic alignment, right? And one more is cost. Cost or risk. Okay, risk has been populated here. Risk or cost. Okay, so we have seen here in screening state, those t-shirt size and risk and those things has been populated. Sorry, not risk and strategic alignment has been updated after the assessment result. Okay, after filling all the required data, now excess demand, you can click on the sorry, once you have moved to this state. Okay, in the stakeholder part, these are the affected user. You can create or add the existing one. Previously I have created, I'm just adding the existing stakeholder. Okay, so these are the just affected user. Okay, now okay, apart from these, one important part is here RIDAC. Okay, and one more thing is preference here. Close demand, how you would like to close the demand once creation of project. Just after creating a project, the demand should be closed, or you want to closure of that project. That project has been created, and when the project will get closed, then this demand should be closed. So as of now, on creation of the project, I want to project calculation, so automatic you want or manually, so we can mention over here. Then we have added a stakeholder, and it can be more than one. Okay, then in requirement, what are the requirement, you can like resource requirement and something you can mention over here. Then based on those things as well, our data is going to be changed. Okay, try by yourself how it's affect the data. Then in the risk, here in RIDAC, it is a hierarchical structure here. If you are going to create risk first, okay, then you can, if you have created risk, okay, Then okay, let me show you. Then risk can be converted into issue, decision, action, or requirement request change. Okay, risk is on top, and it can be converted into these four. Now in the issue, so issue is on the second. Okay, risk and then issue. Now issue can be converted into three other: decision, action, and request changes. Okay, now the like issue, then decision can be converted into action and request changes, and action can be converted into request changes only. Okay, it cannot go from here to here, like request cannot be converted into action, or action cannot be converted into decision, and decision cannot be converted into issue cannot be converted into a risk. So like that, let me just create one risk. So how it is going to be, so it is storing the RIDAC. Okay, let me just create one impact and portability, so you can mention over here state. Okay, just submit this. Once you submitted the risk, okay, so now under the related link, here is convert to RIDAC, risk, issue, decision, action, and requestion. Here select issue. This one selected type, selected task type is issue, then short description is based on that, then assign to whom you want to assign, then if you want to close, like sorry, it is a risk and you want to uh, change it in issue, decision, action, or requestions. Here are the four options available. You can create issue. Okay, you want to close this risk or you want to open the risk as well as issue. So I'm just closing this risk. So once you click over here, so when issue has been created, now see, this is the issue number. Okay, sorry. Okay, now this is the demand record. Here you will able to see the issue which has been created by the risk, right? So let me show you. Okay, see, that risk has been closed now. Okay, the risk state is there, and okay, its state is closed complete, and one issue has been created. So now the issue has been created. You can now convert issue into decision, action, or request change. Let me show you. Here is convert to RIDC. So here select decision, task type, decision, action, and request. Only three things are there. And close issue. If you don't want to close, then just leave it. Okay. Once you leave it, so what will happen? RIDAC have risk issue. Okay. Okay. Now we have seen how to convert into issue to decision and other thing. Now same ways you can convert decision to action and action to request. Okay, now view RIDAC, like what are the, I mean, how it can be seen. See, we have created the risk and then issue, right? So see, the when we have created the risk, this one, then this risk has one issue attach to it. Okay, so attached to it. Now decision is empty here, and it has been closed. Now the issue, one issue has been created, so we have attached the decision here. Once we will have a decision here, decision here, then we can add the action here or request changes, so it will be like that. This is the RIDAC entries. Okay. Okay, so this is the hierarchical structure and the relationship between risk, issue, decision, action, and request changes. After, and then resource plan you can mention here, and then cost plan you can, let me show you. Based on that cost plan, our financial is going to be changed, like cost plan for resource or something you can mention. Test currency, it should be USD, or the different country have the different currency, so you can select. Okay, then unit, what unit, quantity, recurring it is or not, you can type, select, and cost type, external labor capex, and then external labor opex, hardware, software, what are the things you can select here. Okay, so as many as things you have required, like this is for software capex, and then you can select for hardware capex, labor, external, you can create a lots of cost plan. Okay, once your financial start fiscal period. Okay, there is no period as of now, so you can create and those things you can do. Okay, as of now I'm just leaving, you can try it by yourself. So cost plan, and then monetary benefits plan. Okay, you can select non-monetary benefits plan, demand baseline, damage budget. Okay, those things you can create by yourself. Okay, and here are the things which are auto populated based on the assessment result as well as on the assessment data. Okay, then expense line, goal relationship you can create from here. Then I'm just going to click over here the approve, and it can approve all the data from here directly. And once it has been approved, so you can either create the project. Once you will create the project, it is going to be closed, because on creation of project we have selected close demand. Okay, so here you can create a project. So one project has been created, and it should be attached here somewhere on details or somewhere. So no worries, I don't know where it has been attached here or not. Okay, so project has been created. Here is the project number, and it is going to it has been completed now. Now the next thing is project management. Okay, so we will see in the next session. Meanwhile, just keep doing practicing on it, and try to create in different cases, like try to submit with the user, demand manager, self service, and other users as well. Okay, and then try to complete by filling all the data, uh, other details. Okay, and I will meet you with the new requirement, or with the this project management application. Bye bye guys, take care.